Grand evening. Hi, my name is Leonard Munson, the Psychic Astrologer. My website is readingsbyleonardgmunson.net. The weekly overview, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, from June the 5th to the 12th, 2025. Let's talk about your finances and money. Aries, your solar sun is in the third house. The third house is Gemini. The sun is in Gemini. Gemini represents all form of technology, communication, transportation, sibling, short distance traveling, speaking, writing, publishing, advertisement. It also represents anything mechanical thing, and it also represents education. Okay? So there is something in the field about money and finances that you are working on that you do not want anyone to know about at this time. Now we have Mercury in Gemini. So this has something to do with communication, technology. So I see you going back to school, some of you that is going to enhance your skills in this matter. I also see you going back, getting a raise and a promotion. And now this promotion might have to do with something moving from one locale to another. And this will enhance your finances and money. This will enhance anything that you need to do to move forward. With Venus in Aries, it's no more time to think about it, Aries. It's time for action. With Neptune in Aries, the illusion, the fantasy, the head in the clouds, the rose-colored glasses, the fear. If you want to get out of that stagnation in your finances and money area, you have to step out into the unknown and have faith. You have to realize where the divine source of light and frequency has always been in your corner and has always pushed you out of that involvement away from the wall to move forward. So this is happening to you in these areas. Okay, we got the moon in Libra. So we need to balance. So there needs to be a balance in this relationship between finances and money. Also, we have Jupiter in Gemini in this last phase. So there's opportunities for expansion, growth, abundance, wealth, karma, and the truth coming forth. But you got to pick the opportunity, Aries, that's going to have the long living part of it. Then we have Saturn in Aries. You're tearing down that old foundation about money and finances and looking at that in a fresh new way. Looking at it with an open-minded and a new direction. Uranus in Taurus. Some of you definitely going to change your career. Some of you going to take that side hustle and make it more better for you. Some of you going to retire. You're tired of hitting that grind and everything, okay? Pluto in Aquarius, retrograding. When a planet's retrograding, you're reviewing when it was going direct and what mistakes you made. So the mistakes that you made, you are correcting them. And now the North Node in Pisces, these are lessons that you need to learn in this lifetime, Aries, about finances. And Chiron in Aries, stop being the wounded warrior. Stop being the victim. Get out of that scarcity mindset. Get into abundant mindset and be a survivor. Aries. The next sign is Leo. Leo, your solar sun is in the 11th house, which is the opposition of you, Leo. So the 11th house represents hopes, wishes, friendships, groups, organization, humanitarian efforts. And its ruling planet is Uranus. Uranus represents death and rebirth and change and transformation. So in your money and finances, there's a great change going on. The change is that you're seeing money as a vehicle to grow, to make money. You're no longer wasting your money on things you don't need, trying to impress and buying things that you don't need, Leo. Now, the sun is in Gemini, which is an air sign. So air gives fire oxygen to grow. So you're looking at your budget, you're looking at your debt, and now you know how to use money to grow, to make generational growth. You're balancing your finances and money out. Somewhere you're going to get a change in your finances, have to do with communication, technology, anything that has to do with that. Venus is in Aries, what deals with money. It's time to take action. No more talking, not to do it. Mars in Leo. You have the vigor, the force to drive, the passion and the energy to move forward. You're the leadership. So you can self-express, children, matters of the heart, and self. So money and the way you make money and make it grow is in your mind. Saturn in Aries, it's time for action. That old thought of how to make money is being torn down and building a better foundation. Okay? Open-minded and having a clear direction. Neptune in Aries, the illusion, the fantasy, that's going. Pluto in Aquarius deals with death, resurrection, and change. Is change. Pluto is retrograde, so you are looking at when it was going to correct the mistakes you made in money and finance and correcting that. The North Node in Aries, these are the lessons you need to learn. The North Node in Pisces, the lesson you need to learn about this illusion about money and seeing things as it is. Chiron in Aries, stop being the wounded warrior and scarcity, get into mind of abundance and survival. The next sign is Sagittarius. Sagittarius, your solar sun is in the 7th house. The need to balance all relationship and partnership that's connected with finances and money. Okay? And it's in the 7th house. The 7th house ruling planet is Venus. So there need to be action, Sag, if you want to get out of the stagnation that's in your finances and money. Okay? Okay, with the sun in Gemini, which is your opposition, you need to lay low, do your investigation, your research. And so when the sun goes into Cancer, that's when you need to make your move. The moon in Libra, you need a balance. There needs to be a balance in the relationship of money and finances with you. Mercury in Gemini, something to do with technology, transportation, mechanical things in that area. And then Mars in Leo, where are you putting your energy? So you need to put your energy into what money can do for you and make it grow. And it also represents that you need to be patient. You want to give up before it even started. Jupiter in Gemini, which is new opportunities for money and finances. Abundance, expansion, growth, blessing, karma, and the truth. Saturn in Aries, that old thought about finances and money no longer exists. It's gone. You're building a new foundation. You're having an open mind and thinking outside the box. Uranus and Taurus. Get out of this chaotic situation that other people are draining your money and finances, and get them out that's no longer serving you. Money is supposed to grow and make money. So you're looking at making money. Neptune in Aries, the fear, the illusion, the fantasy, head in the cloud, rose-colored glasses. If you want to get out of this stagnation about your money situation, then get out of it by stepping out on faith and believing that the universe got your path. And you have to look at it that you already have this abundance in finances and money. Pluto in Aquarius deals with death and resurrection and rebirth, and retrograding, correcting what mistakes you made that's keeping you in this red and getting you into the black. The North Node in Aries and Pisces. These are the lessons. Get out of those fantasies about finances and money and get in the reality of making it. Lilith in Scorpio, death and resurrection. There's issues with shared resources. If this shared resource is not working, eliminate the problem and the person. Chiron in Aries, stopping the wounded warrior and scarcity mindset and be a survivor and have an abundance mindset, Sagittarius.